To celebrate the 50th induction weekend for the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame here from Three Notch Brewery in Town Center in Virginia Beach. Come on out, and we're so pleased to be joined by another one of the 9 inductees from Louisa County High School in Mineral, Virginia. She rewrote the record book at Christopher Newport University and in the NCAA as well. Listen to some of these accolades. 15-time national champion, 32 All-American honors, and remains the NCAA Division III record holder in the 55-meter indoor hurdles. We say hello and congrats to Sheila Trice-Myers. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Really honored to be able to, to be one of the 9. So it's just totally amazing. When I first got the call, I never even saw that coming. Couldn't believe it. Just a little bit in shock. But each day that we get closer, I feel more and more excited. Just elated to be a part of this 2023 class.
You knew you were better than good. You were great at your sport. You were a national champ. You were a All-American. Mm-hmm. To be a Virginia Sports Hall of Famer, what does that mean to you?
Oh, man, it's just amazing knowing that I'm a part of this and to be something that I'm a part of forever, So for my grandkids to see it and then the great ones, people from after me, it's just amazing. Never, it's just, to be the first athlete from Christopher Newport to be a part of this is amazing. It just means everything.
Well, you've seen the growth of CNU. Just this past year we saw their men and women's basketball team play for national championships. Women lost a tough one, men won it. But to be the first from the university, and the challenges that come with Division III in comparison to Division I, that's going to also have a little special extra meaning to it, doesn't it?
It does. It really does, because it allows you, it helps you know that it doesn't matter how small or how big your school is, you can still accomplish just like the greats. So, you can still be a part of that team. So it's just amazing.
Since your career ended, and it was a heck of a career in NCAA Track and Field at CNU, did you ever find yourself watching, it could be someone in track and field or other sports, where you mentioned about the family piece, your kids, grandkids, and friends, they say, oh, I did this, and they're like, I don't know about this, but then when the words Hall of Fame come attached to that, do you find yourself either listening to some of them, how they did with it, or what others have said about this, and as you go into the Hall of Fame, I'm sure there will be a myriad of emotions that hit you tomorrow night?
I really haven't, reached out to anyone else to see how they dealt with it or anything. I've seen, when you look at your basketballs and your Hall of Famers there, and I see the things, the accomplishments and how they go about and, how they conduct themselves. I'm just one of those humble people. So I try to just find my own path and try to, just take it all in for myself and experience it that way. So
sure, it makes sense. Well, being humble, I imagine it's even harder to have a moment or two that sticks out that you could boast about or brag about. But what are you most proud of in your career? Because when you're a national champion, All-American, now a Virginia Sports Hall of Famer, you pretty much checked off all the little boxes on the bucket list, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. I guess the one thing that I'm really that stands out for me is when I went to my indoor meet and I won all 4 of my events. And then to know that I was the second person to ever do that, and the first was Jesse Owens. So that was pretty amazing.
Did you have a couple of role models that really meant extra amount to you growing up that you looked up to?
Yes. So when I was a freshman, there was another person that was running, and she was a senior, and her name was actually Sheila too.
Okay.
So Sheila Holland, she was one person that I looked up to. But when you look outside of that, it was all Wilma Rudolph and Evelyn Ashford was my go-to. I just love those two. Their style, their how they conducted themselves, and it wasn't all about fashion, because sometimes we can overkill with fashion. It was just about the pure sport of running, and I really looked up to that.
I don't think the average fan or listener in their car understands how good Rudolph was. Something different, wasn't it? Just like they don't make Rudolphs anymore, do
no.
they? Yeah.
And to come back from a illness that she came from, to be able to compete, yes.
Lastly, Sheila, when you look at track and field now and the Olympics and the things going on, and especially from our state, it seems like every 4 to 8 years, if not sooner, we see different these national events. people from the Commonwealth here in the 757, where you're from, Louisa County,
Mm-hmm.
we see so many athletes competing and how the sport has just exploded. What do you think of it now and where we are, how far it's come from when you were competing?
Oh, I think it's come a long way from when I competed. The kids now are running faster. They have more. They're accessible to like the trainings, the different trainings that they can do now. Having one-on-one coaching and things like that. The facilities that they have, they're able to work out in. It's just amazing. It's come a long way, and I just think it's amazing.
Well, you could take a couple of them today, though. I know you're going to be humble and say, "No, I couldn't." There's a few of them you could go get. I'm sure out there. It's like she's still got some speed in. And I'll tell you what, some of these rugrats running around here, they start acting up. She's going to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go get them.
You're going to go get them. Well, had the tissues ready tomorrow night because I know you're going to get emotional with this great class, and you're one of the terrific 9 going into the Hall of Fame. Sheila Trice-Myers from Louisa County High School in Mineral, Virginia. I love going to Louisa. Real quick side note, I've covered some football games there with that line in the jungle, everything.
Oh, yes. They're serious, aren't they?
People here in the 7x7 will get mad at me because we have a lot of great traditions. Dad is top-notch. It's second to none up there. They treat you like royalty. Go ahead. You got.
So have you ever been there when Bubba was there? The lion, the actual lion?
Oh, yes, I was. I was there. They played Lafayette. In a playoff game about 5-6 years ago. People are just mesmerized by it. When they haven't been to a Louisa football game, it's something different.
Yeah, and dropping the ball coming in.
Yes.
From the airplane, it's awesome.
Well,
fireworks, every touchdown.
Oh, yeah, it's something different. I hope there's some more great things honoring you and your great career at Louisa, as well as at Christopher Newport University.
Okay.
And tomorrow you're going to go into that class of forever with the 50th weekend in the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Thank you so much and enjoy it.
Thank you. Okay.
Sheila Trice-Myers, our guest here.